Greetings and welcome to Let's Play My Channel logo. People ask me to play this game a lot more, so I finally finish it. Now, a lot of people seem to like my vlogs, so I will post a few more. I hope I don't bother you too much, or those who are not interested in them too much. But, I don't feel like Let's Playing at the moment. I was like, oh, I could perhaps a Darkest Dungeon part or so, but I'm so dead. I came home today and then I went grocery shopping with my best friend, and it's 8 p.m. now, and I'm fairly certain after this video I will just go to bed and fall asleep. I am so fucking dead. There's a heat wave coming to this part of Germany where I am, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this. Oh god, this will be glorious. I won't feel anything, or I will feel everything in every inch of my body will be in pain. Anyways, I have some good news. Last week I went on my scales. And this week I went on my scales and I lost 4 kilo. I also have to say, I was doing ketosis for 2 weeks before going on my scales. So it is not just water that has been swam out of my body, or the excess water swam out of my body in the first 2 weeks. Of course, it's not 4 kilo of fat, but I'm pretty sure it is something that stays away for a while. And I had the same experience the first time I did ketosis, and I'm quite happy about that. Of course I am. And then again, I did gain a a lot kilo in the 1.5 year that I've changed not my job. I'm still in the same company, but the place where I work. It was a pretty then stuff happened, like things that started my depression again, and yes, I kind of gained a few kilo. That happens when I think I mentioned it before, when the only happiness you can get is by eating cookies or chips or crisps for my British viewers. And that's a deadly combination, especially when you are like really, really down. But I finally said I'm sick of it. I will keep doing the ketosis now. The first person who tells me, you are eating so much fat doing a ketogenic diet, I'm just going to punch that person in the face. I'm going to find out where you live and punch you in your fucking face. It is a fat-based diet. Of course, I am eating a lot of fat. But there's a difference in fats. There's a difference if you just eat minced meat, or if you just eat cheese, or just eat sausages or something like that. There's a difference. Or if you eat cottage cheese, or if you eat mascarpone, or if you use walnut oil in order to make your salad, if you actually eat salad, or if you eat avocados, or if you eat tuna, or other fatty fishes. There's a difference. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit of what I'm eating. Most of the time I'm eating a lot of nuts. Macadamia nuts are really, really good. Really, really good fats. I have some here. I will eat them afterwards. And they are pretty good. They have a lot of, how do you say this? Ballast? No, fiber. I think it's called fiber. Ballaststoffe. Those things that the body can't digest, and it curbs up the whatever the stomach is doing. Or it makes you poop more. Let's say it this way. You poop more if you're doing more pooping if you eat this. It helps you pooping. So yeah, macadamia nuts are pretty good. I love eating them after a hard day at work. Um, like I said, a lot of cottage cheese. I found a pretty nice recipe for a sweet cream. Yeah, the main problem is in especially if you're like me and you're kinda addicted to sweetness. Is well, doing ketosis is pretty hard to have actually sweet stuff. And one thing I love doing, there's a really good cream. You mix mascarpone and you divide an egg with egg yolk and egg white. Sorry, make that 2 eggs. So 2 eggs, 250 gram mascarpone, some protein powder, and some artificial sweetener. Then you stir the egg white until it's stiff, and then you mix the other stuff together and then under the egg white, and it is such a good thing. There's another thing that pisses me off. People who complain about aspartame. I read a lot of medicinal studies regarding aspartame. It's two proteins that are in a lot of foods. So I would say that the amount of aspartame deaths since it was introduced are kinda single digit, if at all. So I'm so sick. I have people smoking a cigarette and telling me aspartame is not good for you. Oh really? Hey, what? But cigarettes are good. I don't listen to people who smoke and who give me health advice. This is something I just don't do. If you are smoking, I'm not listening to you regarding health advices. At least when it comes to certain things that I have to remove. If you're not allowed to eat anything sweet, then don't tell me to remove the artificial sweetener. Because I will fucking punch you in the face after 4 days when I had nothing sweet in my mouth. That's not good. The first week I started doing the ketosis, I was cranky as fuck. I have a coworker. We have some sort of bromance going on. You can kind of say that. No, not really. But we were good friends. And even we pissed each other off during my first week of ketosis. Okay, it was a pretty stressful week at work. And so on and so forth. But yeah. And if I'm not allowed to have anything sweet in my life, that is not going well. That won't go well for a long time, I can tell you that. Especially since I kind of have to do this whole ketosis thing for about 2 years or so. I mean, I met someone and she told me she lost 60 kilo in 2 years? 3 years? Without doing sports or so on. So I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I'm doing it. Back to what I'm eating. Usually in the morning, I have no time for breakfast at home. I wake up at 5:30. I usually stay in bed until 6:15 or 6:15. And then I get up, shower, get dressed, and have to leave the house at 7:15 because 7:04 my train is leaving. So I don't really have a lot of time, and I'm not even hungry in the morning, usually. So yeah, I need something quick to eat when I'm at work, because I can't just, I am making a big breakfast now, and it's taking 3 hours to prepare. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my boss will be like, yeah, that's not too good. I'm kind of paying you for working here, and not making your fucking breakfast. So it's usually, I have some mini salamis. They are pretty good, about 250 gram of mini salami, and I usually put some sauce on it. You have to look at sauces. Garlic sauce, the garlic sauce I have here, for example, is like 10 gram per 100 milliliter of sauce. 10 gram of carbs, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not drinking the sauce like, it's so good. I eat like 80 milliliter per dish, so it's 8 gram. 30 minus 8, so I still have 22 left. This 30 gram is also a thing, like, I'm pretty obese, so yeah, I'm fairly certain my body is like, okay, he can eat a little bit more carbs before I stop the ketosis thingy. And the good thing with ketosis is, first of all, from what I've read, I'm not 100% sure how true it is, that you can't gain weight during ketosis. Mostly because the body can't, after he produced the ketone bodies, like he took some fat out of himself and produced the ketone bodies for energy, he can't store them again. So he has to use them. Which is also a good thing, because if you drink a lot and the ketone bodies are in your blood and urine, then you remove them. And he has to build more out of your fat. It's great. I love it. But there are other... I would say I'm kind of an expert. Well, not really an expert, but I'm well read about this topic. I mean, I've been doing this now for 3 years. I know about ketosis, 4 years. I've known about ketosis for 4 years. I did take this huge break of 1.5 years in between. I'm pretty sure I would have finally my dream weight if I had carried on, but sadly stuff happened. Fucking hate my depressions. But yeah, so morning usually, sometimes if I don't feel like eating salami, I eat cottage cheese. Cottage cheese has lots of protein. It's not so fat, but that's okay. You don't need to eat just fat. And I usually put in some cinnamon and some artificial sweetener in it. Wonderful breakfast. Wonderful protein. You also have to eat lots of protein. The more protein, well, don't eat too much protein, because then the glucokinase starts and it cuts the protein into carbs, as far as I remember. It was the right phrase. And then you have too much carbs in your body, which is also not good. But if you eat enough protein, then your muscles don't get attacked from the body, because the first thing the body likes to get rid of is his muscles, since he doesn't need them. Since the muscles are a lot of work for the body to keep up, more than fat. So the first thing he's kind of like, hey, muscles. But if you have enough protein in the body, he's like, okay, I don't have to go after the muscles. I guess I have to go after the fucking fat. Damn it. And yeah, so that's usually my breakfast. Luckily we have a small kitchen at work. I'm kind of blessed in that regard. So it depends on how I feel like. Sometimes I make an omelette with mushrooms, champignons, whatever you call them, some mushrooms. A mushroom omelette. Oftentimes grilled cheese, because it's pretty fast to do. Usually I also put bacon, of course, in the omelette, and some heavy cream. It's so good. Also, the more fat you eat, the more ketone bodies your body produces, and even takes some more out of your body fat. So it's good to eat a lot of fat during a fat diet. Pisses me off to no end. And again, I'm also not here to discuss the health issues regarding ketosis, because I know a lot of people will have, I found this article, blah, blah, blah. The problem is, you will find pro and con articles about everything. There are pro and con articles about high calorie cutting, like only eat 1,200 calories per day. There are pro articles for that. There are con articles for that. Same with vegetarians, same with vegans, same with paleo, same with ketosis. No matter what diet you look for, there are always pro and con articles about that. Some may be right, some may be wrong. I am not a nutrition expert. I mean, my best, not best friend, my coworker, but she's a very good friend, so that's okay. My coworker, like I said, is vegan, and she has lots and lots of articles that are pro-vegan. Few weeks ago, I read an article of a doctor, and she said she never met a healthy vegan. She never met a healthy vegan. In, I think, 30 years of practicing as a doctor, she never met a healthy vegan. So, that's it. I mean, I then I have doctors who say, yeah, vegan is kind of okay. If it fits your macros, it's a pretty big thing. A lot of bodybuilders are going after this. If it fits your macros, like you have your macro stuff, and if you can supply enough stuff for your body, that's okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't. I'm jumping left and right. I'm sorry about that. I don't keep consistency, but I kind of have to inject these things in it. A lot of people, like I said, are like, oh yes, you eat so few vegetables and no fruit during the ketogenic diet. They aren't doing it either. I had a discussion with a friend, and I know what she eats. She's eating toast with marmalade in the morning, and then she makes, I don't know, whatever. You need to eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables in order to keep your macros sufficient, and very few people do that. And everyone is alive. That's also the thing. I mean, the ketogenic diet, the Inuits, I don't want to say Eskimos, because then some social justice warriors like, oh, that's racist, because it means fish eater. Yeah, that's the thing what they are eating up there. They are eating seals and fish because there's nothing else, you fucking idiot. But they are doing a ketogenic diet, and they are all healthy. That's the thing. They don't have any. They don't have oranges up there in the North Pole or wherever they are, or Greenland or so. Fuck this. No, perhaps in a store, but not just people who live in igloos or so. They don't have a banana palm tree somewhere hiding in this igloo. I can tell you that. Anyways, yeah. So when I'm at home. The funny thing is, when I'm at home, I'm usually not even eating a lot. That's also a big pro of the ketogenic diet. I'm eating about 1/3 or at least half as much of what I'm used to eat. Because fat makes you full. It fills you up. And I mean, I know a lot of people, especially when I mention it or explain the carb diet, oh, I could never do without carbs. Oh, I need my sugar. You don't need it. You don't have these cravings. After 1 week, you don't have these cravings. I don't really crave for chocolate anymore, not as much as when I started. Of course, like I said at the beginning, I kind of feel like I need a little bit of sweet taste in my life, but not as much as I used to before doing non-ketogenic phases, let's say it this way. And I have my chocolate. Baking chocolate has almost no carbs. It's a chocolate taste. It is very bitter if you're not using artificial sweetener, yes. But mixing with artificial sweetener, put it in cottage cheese, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful sweet breakfast. It's great. So yeah. And in the evening, it totally depends. Of course, I'm not eating 100% healthy all the time. Also, something I like to eat at work is I sometimes buy some green leaf salad, and then also cottage cheese, some tuna, and then salt, pepper, a little bit of walnut oil or olive oil. Mix it together, wonderful salad. Yeah, a pretty good filling salad. The main reason, and that's why I'm always get pissed off when people suggest that I should eat oh, how about you just eat salad, fruits, and nothing else? And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I can't keep up with that. I wouldn't, and in order, because it just, most fruits just jack up your insulin level. And then you are like hungry the whole fucking day. You are hungry the whole fucking day. And you are like, I need to eat, I have these cravings. Because you're eating real sweetness all the time. And it jacks up your insulin level. I can safely say that aspartame, it doesn't jack up my insulin level. I mean, I'm drinking Coke Zero, I'm like exclusively. Sometimes, or tea with artificial sweetener. And I don't have hunger the whole day. Usually, of course, after a few hours of not eating, I get hungry like everyone. But it's not like this BAM! Oh, I need to eat now. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes it's like that, but it's normal that the body has a high insulin in the morning. So that's okay. And it is good for the psyche. It is good for the psyche if you can, if you are full, if you don't feel hungry all the time. Because when I feel hungry all the time, I get really cranky. Sure, if I were at home, if I were like unemployed, or if I would work from home and I didn't have any human interaction, I could maybe try this out. Or I would do intermittent fasting, like not eating every second day. I could try this out because as soon as I get in contact with people, I will whip their heads off. Otherwise. And I mean, what's the point of doing a diet that you can't keep up with? It's not even a diet. Diets are usually, okay, in the English name it is, diet is what you eat. In Germany, a diet is something you do for 2 weeks. Like this soup diet. I don't know if anybody knows that outside of Germany. I'm pretty sure it's pretty famous. Where you eat like cabbage soup. Like a whole week, nothing else instead of cabbage soup. Or for 2 weeks. I tried this twice in my life. The first 2 days are okay. Then you hate the taste of the soup. And you have to keep up with it. And like I said, I'm not some guy like, oh, I have a little belly, I need to lose 5 kilos, so I'm like beach body ready again. I have to lose half of my current weight. You can't do that in 2 weeks. You shouldn't do that in 2 weeks. I know it will take 2 to 3 years of hard work. And I am going to do sports as soon as I lost a few pounds. You don't even have to do sports during the ketogenic diet. But I also want to jack up a little bit. I mean, I have the fat. I may as well turn it into muscles. Especially if I'm doing a bodybuilding. Ketogenic diet is used by bodybuilders a lot. Because it keeps your muscles. And yeah, that's kind of it. So it pisses me off, and people are, oh, why don't you try this diet that you tried 20,000 times in your fucking life and it always failed? Because it's so much better than the ketogenic diet. Because I say so. No, fuck you. I also hate this eating unhealthy. I eat a lot more vegetables during the ketogenic diet. Like I said, green leaves. I eat a lot of green leaf salad. I eat a lot of zucchinis. Zucchinis are awesome. Relatively low carb. They fit to almost everything. Asparagus, wonderful. Broccoli, wonderful. You can eat all of that stuff. Of course, you have to take care not to eat too much. Spinach. I have a recipe for spinach wrap. Like you mix 4 eggs, a pack of spinach, cut spinach, some heavy cream and some cheese together. Then you put it on an oven tray, and you put it in the oven, and it hardens a little bit. So it's of course it's a liquid when you put it in, but after some time the egg and the cheese, they harden this everything. And then you can put some stuff on it. I used to put, I tried it a few times, I put salami on it. Then you keep putting it into the oven. And then you can wrap it like a wrap. It's so good. It tastes so awesome. And it has almost very, very low carbs. Spinach has not a lot of carbs. Spinach salad. And so on and so forth. You just have to look for recipes. And I'm also thinking, I highly doubt I will ever do this, but I'm also thinking of doing some ketogenic website with a lot of recipes. Perhaps some of my own experience of how I do this. And the ketogenic diet is the only diet so far I tried where I can safely say I can do this for years. Because I don't have these cravings. I am full. I'm eating good. I'm not starving myself. I'm not sitting there, oh, I need to eat. Oh, why does he talk to me now? Oh. I can concentrate on my job. And yeah, it's awesome. That's why I just love it. And yeah, that's kind of it. And I'm looking forward to, I'm pretty sure I won't lose 4 kilo every week. I will also say I will not do these vlogs regularly about the ketogenic diet. If I feel like it, perhaps I mention it in other vlogs. But I don't want to do this weekly thing because then I just feel pressured. And if I don't lose weight or I somehow gain weight, then I don't want this failure in my life. I don't really need this. And of course, I also don't want people to ask me on Steam all the time, did you lose weight now? Did you lose weight now? Because fuck you. I share what I want to share in my vlogs. That's all. You can talk with me about video games on Steam, no problem. But private life stuff, yeah, unless I call you a friend. Like, you know, there's a difference. Anyways, I can only suggest it if you're really obese. Try to find a way. Perhaps if you have a vacation, like for 1 week, try to start it there. So you don't have to fight your co-workers in cold blood or something. The first 2 days, that's also a thing, especially if you're doing the ketogenic diet for the first time, you will feel as if you're getting sick. That's mainly because your body is not used to it. Your body is not used to use ketone bodies for energy. And he has to change his whole metabolism. That's a lot of work for the body. That's why you feel a little bit sickly, a little bit ill. But it's gone after 2 days. If you may feel a little bit depressed because sugar is kinda it makes you happy. That's why people say eat chocolate if you want to feel happy. It works, but nothing like ketogenic diet. And I have no problem if people ask me for recipes directly. I may put, perhaps I do a special vlog again where I show off some recipes or at least write down the stuff that you need. But yeah, eat lots of nuts. Of course, macadamia, very low carb. I have some other nuts, I don't know how they are called in English, fuck them. They are pretty big, they look like kidneys, sorta. They are pretty good. Walnuts have pretty low carb. I'm not sure what pistachios. Pistachios usually have pretty high carb. You have to be careful with them. But then again, there are lots of websites where you can check this out. Eat lots of cottage cheese. You can make cottage cheese sweet. You can make it with pepper. You can make it spicy. You can make grill sauce or barbecue sauce dips out of it. You can. I have a recipe for ice cream you make with cottage cheese and heavy cream together. Ice cream. I'm going to try this out at the weekend. I'm barely certain about that. Some whey protein powder is always helpful to have in your household. Flax seeds are really good. Eggs, lots of eggs. People always say cholesterol has to do with eggs. I know the main problem I have is a lot of people that where I get my ketogenic diet information so are German on YouTube, and there's a bodybuilder and he's ripped. He's like his I think his arms are bigger than my fucking head, and he's all natural apparently. And he said he has weeks where he eats like 12 eggs per day and his cholesterol level is perfect. For some reason, my cholesterol level is also perfect. I have no idea why. My parents have a holy fucking shit. They have a horrible cholesterol level. Perhaps I'm not the son of my parents. I'm adopted or something. I don't know. But yeah. So, lots of eggs, spinach, asparagus, zucchinis. Of course, lots of cheese if you want to. You can put cheese on everything. Yesterday I had asparagus, zucchinis in a pan. And then I put some sour cream in it and some creme fraiche and some cheese. Like Parmesan cheese or some sort of Parmesan cheese. So I had a cheese sauce with the asparagus and zucchini, and it was so good. It was so good. Barbecuing is awesome. You have to take care of the sauces. Not tomato-based sauce are not that good. They usually have lots of carbs. But I have some white garlic sauce here. That's usually curry. Sometimes it's also dependent on the brand. I've seen like differences of 10 grams in the same sauce in different brands, so you have to take care of that. Otherwise, cottage cheese, some tomato mark, some spices, and you have your own sauce. It also works out. Lots of tuna, a lot of salmon. I can only suggest it. It worked for me. There was also this thing I read about, like 3 different digestive types of people in the world. Like there are the modern people who are used to all this processed food already. And they are usually the ones that just don't gain any weight, and I hate these fuckers. They can eat bread, they can eat rice, noodles, everything, doesn't matter. Then there are some hybrids. They are kinda used to the new stuff, but not as well as the others. And then there are the Stone Age people. And I would say I'm kinda in that regard. Their body can't work with processed food. They can't work with carbs, because carbs are in the meaning of the human life on Earth, carbs are pretty new in the usual diet. I mean, what was Mr. Homo sapien 20,000 BC, whatever, I don't know. What was he eating? He was eating meat, he was eating berries, perhaps some roots. Not going to eat a tree root, I can tell you that. And that's kinda it. He didn't have access to bread, he didn't make noodles. Fairly certain he didn't have rice. I don't know where else. Stone Age people in China. Pretty sure they didn't have rice there. Anyways, but yeah. So I guess if you are really obese, then you're a Stone Age person. Try to eat carb. Like. Yeah. Low carb. Ketogenic. Yeah, eat ketogenic. Low carb. I can also suggest it. I'm looking forward to it. The first time I did low carb and I have the strange ketogenic diet, and I have the strange feeling that it will happen like this again. I needed a new belt, like every 1.5 months. Every 1.5 months I lost enough weight to need a new belt, otherwise my pants were falling off. Perhaps that's a motivation. I can only say try it out. Don't start with I can't do it with my job. If you have the ability at your work to mix cottage cheese and tuna together with some spices, then you can do at work a fucking ketogenic diet. My main problem is I don't like cold cheese or hard cheese. I love cheese melted. I love hot cheese. Oh, that's good. I putting broccoli in something and then put cheese on it and put it in an oven. Oh, that's so good. So if you can eat cheese like a cheese stick and that's also working out for you. You don't need any more at work. At home you can eat whatever you want, of course. But if you can mix fucking tuna or take some stuff from home to work and heat it up if you have a microwave. And there are also a lot of stuff that you can eat cold. Just have to try it. Like I said, perhaps take the first week off otherwise. But that's with every diet. With every diet you are really cranky in the first week, I can tell you that. But the ketogenic diet, I would say, is something you can do for life. Then, of course, there are the carb up days. I'm postponing mine until a long time because it's working so far. But if you see it's not working, eat 1 day carbs. Put as many carbs into your body as possible. Perhaps not so much fat, but well, depends on. Perhaps you want to really still some cravings, but only for 1 day. Only for 1 day. Then back to ketogenic. Bam! You may experience heavy headaches when you go out of ketogenic and into the normal diet again. Because again, the body has to change a lot, and I had some really, really horrible headaches the first time I did it. I think my body is now used to it. I have this strange feeling I'm getting really fast into the ketosis. Ketosis usually takes 2, 3, 4 days, depending on how many carbs you still have in your body and how much work you do. I mean, if you do like a workout, you burn your carbs faster, so it doesn't take as long. But if you are like me and have an office job, then yeah, you won't really burn your carbs that fast. Like I said, I can always suggest it. If you have questions regarding the ketogenic diet, feel free to post them in the comments. I try to answer them as best as possible. Don't start discussions with me about the healthiness of the ketogenic diet or that I should do something else. And for the love of God, the last time I made a video about this, don't come up with me, oh, I'm only eating 3 paprika per day and that's okay for me. I'm fairly certain you are not obese. I'm fairly certain. One of my co-workers, the vegan one, she is really, really slim. Not unhealthy slim, but pretty slim. And she doesn't eat anything. Mainly because her stomach is like the size of a pea. And she can eat like 3 flax seeds and then it's full. I can eat, or I did eat, few weeks ago, like almost daily, 2 huge pizzas. Not family or party pizzas, but 31 diameter pizzas, and I ate them. I'm fairly certain my stomach is a little bit bigger than yours. So, if you are one of these lucky fuckers who can survive off 3 apples per day, then I'm happy for you. I fucking hate you, but I'm happy for you. So, yeah. Be happy that you have this awesome metabolism. This elf-like metabolism. where you can survive 3 days without food or something like that. I can't. I need to eat a lot to be happy. And with the ketogenic diet, I can also lose weight while doing it. It's awesome. Well, like I said, I'm pretty tired. I will end this here. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. If you want to critique the ketogenic diet, don't ask me. go to some forum or open notepad, type in your message, close without saving, and be happy. And yeah. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see each other soon. So take care and hit the like button.